Yo! Good afternoon, or evening, or morning. I don't know where you are. But, good day. How are y'all doing? Because I know I'm doing fucking splendid. You know, this kind of vibe right now. This song that you're hearing is actually, funnily enough, the last song off my brand new EP that just came out today. Or, yesterday, sorry. Which I'm very excited about. Let me switch to the good old face cam here. What is popping? It has been a minute since I've been on stream. Great, finished a Charlie Puth remix in one day. God damn! Good shit. What's popping? Furlight? How you doing? I'm glad that I'm off today. That is great. Congratulations. Good to have you here. It's 1:30 midnight. You hear that? God damn. Fellas, today, I'm glad to hear that you guys are doing great. Today, we are breaking down several songs off my brand new EP. As you can see, it's on the title. Fucking... I lost my train of thought. Yeah. We're just gonna be doing a general Q&A. So if you have any questions, I'm just gonna start breaking down these project files, but if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll try to, like, answer them, unless there's, like, a fucking sea of questions, but you never know. Yeah, I would appreciate your questions, so, let me know, and let's dive straight into it. Get it? Because the EP is called Dive. Okay. Right, so... this is the Squid Technology project file. It's quite a big one, because there's, like, 3 drops, 88 tracks. Just kind of surprising, to be honest. Q&A question, where the problem at? Well, I have a great answer to that. I'm spinning off these perks so like I'm a laundromat, so, you know, there's that. Which one of the songs from the EP would you most want to play at your wedding? Dog, what the fuck? I don't know. That's... Great question. So, let's start with a drop. Right. I do hope you've heard it by now. So, but first off, let's start with the idea, right? The idea behind this was, I was trying to synthesize a fart in Serum. And while I was doing that, I accidentally made a Squidward type sound where it's... Oh wait, what the fuck? What does it say this? Hold on. Goodbye. That's why you guys were saying fucking phone tap. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, fucking... The idea was to synthesize a fart, right? And so I started with that. That's the sub. I think it's this. It's not that, actually. Where is the main sound? Here. It's kind of a mess. But let's... I have no idea how I fucking made this. I pitched it like all the way down. Oh, okay. See, I'm learning here. Because I haven't looked at this in fucking ages. I took a monster wave table, and I pitched it. I pitched everything down as low as it could humanly go. That's why it's such a weird sound. Makes sense. Someone said to Nettie, if you pitch down the bass, it sounds like Squidward walking. That is true. I do have the... Hold on, I have the bass here. Right. Hold on, let me, It does sound like Squidward walking. You pitch it down an octave. Squidward. But yeah, I'm sure you can tell the reason why it's called this. I have no fucking clue why I pitched it down this far, and it somehow created this, like, weird sound, so, you know, I compressed it and added the white to get the, like, that Squidward sound. Added some dispersers, a fat rack. That's my old fat rack. I haven't seen that in a while. Some weird EQing, dimension expander. I think eventually, I guess I eventually frequency shift it. Yeah, I think that's for the breakdown. Why is it always a banger somehow related to a fart sample? Hey, that's a really good question. I have no idea. Just seems to happen that way. Yeah, we have a delay for the breakdown section because there's a little like right there. So I think that's for that part as well. I imagine this is also for that part. EQ to clean up the low end, and then a soft clipper because it was kind of like peaking, so I had to control that a little bit. The sub, it's a sub, it's a basic sub. You know how it be. Will you save this stream? Yes, it'll be up like after it's done. QNA, how did you start with your whole major scale dubstep phase? What a fucking lovely question. Thank you. I think, okay, one time during the feedback stream, I don't know which one it was, but it was like one of the first ones. I came across this one song. It was called like, I remember it was called Banana Split, and that was in a major key. And that was the first time I ever heard dubstep in a major key, and I was like, yo, that's so fucking cool. And then later down the line, when Automate Solo came out, I was, which is in a major key, I was like, I want to make this. And so this is like, I don't know if it was directly inspired or if it was like closely inspired, but it was definitely like inspired from. This was one of the first like major key dubstep songs I think I made. So, yeah. Yeah. I was inspired by Automate Solo, and I was like, I gotta do that. You know, I gotta make major key shit because it just sounds fun. So yeah, I went with it. This whole song is in a major key, so that's why it has that like upbeat vibe. Yeah, we got some more like sound design stuff. This is like just a corpus like donk thing. Because that was like I made this back when that was like a big thing in my sound design still, when I was doing like corpus donks. Not so much anymore, but got this weird little funny pluck. Is this the only major key song on the EP? Technically, I think. Fiji is in G sharp major, or is it G sharp major? I think it's G sharp major. So there's that, and then there's, or no, that's G sharp minor, which would be B major. So there's that. Wait, is there really? Yeah. I guess depending on how you look at it, yeah, it would be the Traction VIP. It also kind of has a weird scale, but like the root note has a major chord, so I guess you could call that a major scale. But yeah, I believe this is only a major song on the EP technically. Yeah, more goofy sounds. This is just a variation of the other one. I wonder how I made this one. Maybe like a different like wavetable position or something. And then we go into this section, and this is a clarinet. And now I really leaned into the old Squid part here because I was like Squidward plays a clarinet, so I wanted to toss in a clarinet. Apparently amped the shit out of it and fat racked it. Added some dimension expander, as one does. Some like room reverb, EQ'd out the low end. Added some ensemble for some width. Not a whole lot. Saturated a bit to get it louder. I added this little like filter, the woink woink, because it kind of like sounded weird without it. Because we've been having these like woink woink sounds the whole time. So if you just suddenly just have then it's just kind of threw it off, right? So I just decided, hey, why don't I like emulate that? I like take the woink woink, and then like, you know, we're now we've smoothly transitioned from one sound to another. Yeah. I have not been reading chat. You consider fixed your home label? I think we've just happened to do like just quite a lot of releases, and they've just offered me like a bunch of opportunities just over time. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. So, in the future, I plan to do more like self releases. So there's that. Not gonna say anything about like you know, the actual content of the releases. But yeah, I don't know if I would say like home label, but you know, I do enjoy releasing with them. Which song off the EP was made the earliest? I think that was Turbulence. That was made like I almost want to say like late 2020, but I'm not too sure on that. I don't know exactly when I started that. Will there be a Turbulence remix competition? Probably not. But if you pre-save the EP, then you'll have the sample pack, so you can just make a flip of it if you want to. What will you do when you hit 20k subs? Great question. Maybe I should probably prepare for the occasion because we're like decently close. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Anyway, music theory behind this is it just like stays on the root note for quite a long time, so it's like extra catchy. I don't know if I tried to. I don't think I really followed the rhythm of like the white. No, I did. Yeah, I kind of followed the rhythm. So I guess there's that. But yeah, it stayed mostly on the root note. I made use of the if you like have this, so this song is in D major, right? So if you have the D major scale and you number them, it goes like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I think I stayed a lot on the 1 and the 5 with these melodies, and then like sometimes the 2 and the 3, which helps a lot with giving it that stable like upbeat vibe. Cooking with Netty on 20k subs. Oh my god, I am not. I'm not a good cook. I don't think I like. I've not cooked a whole lot in my life, so there's that. How's your GPU? If you're asking on the specs of my GPU, it's a GTX 1050 Ti. I don't know if it's Ti. It might be a Ti. 1050 something. Anyway, build up. And a second drop. So this is just a like a water tank sound that I found on Splice. It goes like this. You can kind of hear the. You can hear the point to what, right? Is that? Yeah, it's so I basically just chopped the shit out of that. A lot of this a lot of the song has just a bunch of like layering to it. So this, for example, like is one of them. Just like a random sound design session. There's this. You can barely hear that. But yeah, I think like textures were just important on this one because it was like it's such a minimal tune that like you kind of need some extra stuff to back it up a bit. Yeah, you hear it as well. Like you have like that this weird like Mr. Krabs walking type texture. There's that. You know, just a whole bunch of textures going on like all over the place, which I usually don't do. It's kind of unusual, but you know, it's like it's important. Yeah, I just basically chopped this up, frequency shifted around. Like it obviously it's like fat racked to oblivion, as I do. And then I took like this like bubble effect. Like hold on, let me see if I have it. Effects, bubble. I don't have it anymore because I moved some sample packs around since I made this. But yeah, fucking chop this up. I made sure to stay with the swing groove, because like I don't know, I thought that would be cool. I don't think I followed it like anywhere else in the song, this groove, but you know what? Fuck it, it's fine. More textures. I made sure to frequency shift these like while like to make sure they're still in key. Like this kind of hits like the right, because I still want it to be kind of melodic. I don't want it to just go full on rhythm. And this hits that. Yeah, there's that. There's this little thing. We have a little riser coming in. I forgot about that riser. I forgot to slap that in. Yeah, it just keeps going a little bit. More just variations with like frequency shifters and stuff. And then we're back at the intro. And let's go over the third drop real quick. For a while I was struggling with the third drop because I had no idea what to do for it. So I was like stuck in trying to come up with like a third drop idea. And I was just trying to think like what is the absolute fucking dumbest thing I could do? Like the stupidest idea I had was the most valid one, right? That was the best idea. So I don't know what inspired it, but I was just like, what if I do the fucking like the dun, 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 shit? And I was just like, okay, let's try it. Let's try to make that like a real drop idea. And lo and behold, you know, now there's a fucking thing. So originally this sample, this is also a splice sample by the way. Originally it's kind of a what do you call it, staccato. So I like grabbed another one and like filtered it out a bit more. And then like it kind of acts as a delay, which I could have just used a delay, but whatever. But yeah, that just adds a little bit more groove. I don't know what this is. I think I think this is like an alternative layer that I never used. Yeah, like an obnoxious ass like clarinet thing I never went through with. What do you put on your master channel? I didn't put anything on my master except a limiter apparently. Why do I have a fucking limiter on here? I guess the reggae part was fucking clipping. But yeah, I mean, I just have a soft clipper on the master, which prevents anything from going above 0 dB. Then we have this little, like, lead thing coming in. Because I didn't know how to make a variation of this, so, like, something you could just do is add, like, more, like, risers or, like, just more ambience, and that, like, literally just solves your fucking problems. It's great. So yeah, there's that. And then we're back at the intros, or like the outro. So that's the drops. And now let's move on to the intro. I forget exactly what this is. I think it's just like a tonal one shot that I got off of Splice, and then I just like made a little melody out of it. And then little ARP. You can barely hear that. And then a ukulele that I pitched down really low and then like made a chord thing out of it. And of course, Reese. And then I guess a more like intense ARP comes in, or is this? Did I just preview like? Oh, okay, no. Okay. Yeah, I guess just more ambiences, right? This pitch is down an octave, and yeah, the drums kind of come in. I haven't even touched on the drums. We'll do that in a second. It's just like a trap kick, and then modular rimshot plate, and some other like rimshot to give it like a little bit more transient. I've been sleeping on the Ableton's amp. Yeah, it's really fucking good. You can just get like really unique distortion out of it, which is why I love it so much. Like you can it's not like the saturator where like it'll like clip the crap out of it and you just hear it like you know exactly what it is. With Ableton amp, it's just like a different type of distortion. So it's really good. Oh, there's also this. A fucking country rhythm reference, which I you know, I'm a little bit proud of. What is this? Oh, right. This is a little vocal thing. I don't know if that is it. Did that make it in the final cut? Maybe it did. Yeah, and then we're in the build-up. I added a little. I think that's a bongo. Yeah, a bongo. And I made sure to tune that to the fucking the fifth of the root note. That's like extra swag. I have some risers. These aren't the usual ones. I have this one. Just a bunch of risers that I rarely use. So it's not the classic risers you've kind of maybe come to learn about. How many times do you think you use splice in this whole EP? Well, this is definitely the most splice utilized song of all these. I think I mean Turbulence was like mostly just my own sound design. Then Traction VIP I used splice a little bit for the car honks, I think, and maybe like a few other things here and there. And then Fiji I don't think I used splice once. And what was the other track? Fucking Turbulence, right, and then Squid Tech, yeah. But yeah, and then in the drop we have these like this like really like obnoxious clap, but then it's like distorted with a kick, so it doesn't sound as obnoxious. It's kind of like a snap almost. Yeah. How long on average did a track take you to complete on this EP? This is it's better if so the fucking not all 4 tracks took the same amount of time. Like I want to say Turbulence, maybe like 5 total hours of work or something. No, probably a little bit more than that. Like maybe like 7 hours or something of like total work. Squid Tech was about the same, like maybe a little longer. Fiji was like that shit took like no time. That was like 2 hours like total work. Like I made that like right before Fixed reached out to like get an EP or like just a release in general. So where was I going with that? Right, yeah, like they reached out like probably like 3 days after I've made Fiji. Like fully finished it, and I just like I wasn't expecting anything from it, and then I sent it in, and they were like, yeah, let's get it, and I was like, oh shit, okay. So yeah, that's kind of funny. And then Traction VIP, that also took a fucking long time. That was a good like 7 hours as well. So yeah. How much time do you spend in sound design? Great question. Nowadays, like barely fucking any time. I just kind of make something and then like hope it sounds good. I don't know, like, good, like, it depends on what you mean. Like, if you have, like, do you mean, like, on one sound, or, like, do you mean, like, on, like sound design on an entire song, or, you know? Yeah, anyway. That's, pretty much it for Squid Tech, I think. Oh, right, the reggae midsection. Yeah, I'm like, so this midsection, I was trying to think of what to do, and I think, depending on when this was made, I think, I would have to look up exactly when it was, but I think, I remembered I made like a reggae project, back in like high school somewhere, and I was like, wanting to recreate that, because I felt like I could do it, and so I just looked up like a splice like reggae guitar, and some like drums to fit it, and I just made a fucking reggae section. I just wanted it to feel as beach-esque as possible, and I felt like reggae just perfectly reminds me of that. So, yeah. All right, yeah. Oh, you know what? You know why the fucking vocals were off, because I had to export an instrumental version. What's poppin', T minus? How you doing? What's up, main? How you doing, Net Felix? Let's see. Yeah, there's a few layers. You get this and that. This little thing. And this little like bass guitar. I think this is just a stock Ableton. Yeah, stock Ableton thing. These drums are also like super mellow. These might be just stock Ableton ones as well. A little hi-hat. And then a little fill. This is just, I just got this off of I think YouTube. There was like a sample pack of like someone who was just put out a fuck ton of like reggae fills. And then the guitar, right? So this where's the guitar? This guitar is my dad playing the guitar. He's been fucking playing guitar like all his life. So, and he's like in his like 50s. So, he played the guitar. I was like, hey dude, I'm making this like reggae part. Can you play the guitar? And he was like, yeah. So, slapped a little bit of processing on it. So yeah, that's pretty hype. It was originally gonna sound like this, the midsection. But, you know, that we did not go through that, you know. Net dad, yes. But yeah, like he literally got this done in like fucking 5 minutes, so it was like very quick, which was nice. And yeah, and then we're out of the midsection. The whole time this just kind of stays on the root note and then like kind of passes. It's kind of an interesting bass line because it's like it doesn't really stay on the root note. It just kind of like goes up and down, which I don't really do very often. But it kind of does like a major chord, so like it kind of works. And then we land on this, which is like the da, da, bum, bum. I don't know what scale degree that is, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then it just makes a little chord progression. It's all vibes, and then we have of course the white thing right here. Yeah. Your video on your song Traction, I think it was called Traction, that you detail the layering process, has been one of the biggest aid to my music production career. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm glad you found value in it. I forgot your Ableton has a Minecraft font. Yeah. Hell yeah. This just has a fuck ton of layers as well, this pre-drop. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all that the Squid Tech is. So if there's anything else you want me to cover about Squid Tech, be sure to drop it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer it. But yeah, that's fucking Squid Tech, so yeah. Definitely the most like representative release of mine so far. So yeah. Like it perfectly just represents my like I feel like it accurately portrays my chaotic yet kind of relaxed tendencies. So, you know, that's why I like it, you know. Yeah, the fucking lo-fi going. So yeah, any question, drop in the chat. I'll open the BG project file in a minute. Your sound has changed a lot. It's actually crazy. I appreciate that. I do feel I've found my sound over the last like year or so. So that's great. What trick do you usually make to? What trick do you usually use to make color-based wubs? I don't really make color-based wubs that often these days, but I've been using convolution reverb a lot, and then just taking like a really short melodic snippet, and then just tossing that into convolution reverb. That's a really useful tip. You've always got pitch map. Ipsium covered a like a new like pitch map like rival slash competing like plugin. And it's way cheaper and it does basically the same thing. So go to his Twitter and you might want to take a look at that. But yeah, besides that, there's not a lot of tactics to use for that. The rest of your drops, how do you make them so full? Usually just fat racking the fuck out of them just adds mids, so there's that, or I distort it with a sub and that adds mids as well. How much time did you spend on making this? About like 7 hours total work, probably. Pitch map competitor, yes. Morph is also good. M-Morph? I've heard of M-Morph, but I don't know what it does. How to make good machine gun bases. I like to get a percussion, like a tonal percussion, and then frequency shift it down like 4 kilohertz or something, and then add an amp and then a reverb, and that like creates a huge like donk sound. Did you get Sketty Rhythm inspiration for Squid Tech? No, this is like really, really old. This is like, I should find out exactly when I made this. Hold on. I think I started this. No, I remember I started this March 13th of 2021. So definitely not like Sketty Rhythm inspired. What was the most valuable lesson you learned making this EP? Wow, good question. I don't know. I think probably variety is good because Naughty Step reacted to my my EP on stream, which was fucking the coolest shit ever. I haven't seen the whole thing. I tuned in like too late, which is unfortunate. But probably that like variety is good because I didn't know that like a more varied sound would be better than like a just kind of like straightforward like, you know, no like variety kind of EP, which is like that's a pretty interesting concept that I haven't really looked into. QNA, what's up with a drug dealer outfit today? I don't know. I'm liking the like all black like fucking necklace like chain look recently, so I'm just going for it. Is that a fold-out chair in the background? It is. It's a fold-out chair with my clothes on it because it helps me be lazy. How do you usually approach making new songs? I try to just think of like something new to do for every track that I make. So like I just try something new, like anything, like a new snare type or like a new tempo, something like that, and then I try to make a song out of it. That's usually how I like try to make a new clip. I'm more surprised by the hair change. Yeah, I guess it is pretty drastic. Let me open up the Traction VIP project file. Or no, Fiji. What was Fiji? It was Electrify. Alright, so it's loading. Is delay good to add on basis? It depends on like the situation. It's kind of hard to say a yes or no on that. Who made the cover? It was Corey Todd from Fixed. Shout out Corey. Who was the one skateboarding in the EP trailer? I think that was just stock footage or something. I'm not actually too sure. I don't know how they made the teaser. They just kind of made it, and I was like, oh, okay. If I had footage of me skateboarding like that, though, I definitely would have put that in, or like would have sent that in, but I didn't, so it's unfortunate. Random out of nowhere question, but ever made mid-tempo? I made one mid-tempo thing a few months back. Yeah. Quite happy with it. I might try to work on that a bit more. Excuse me. We make some collabs. Yes, why not? Absolutely. Okay, I have acquired the Fiji project file, so let's dive right into it. I'm gonna stop making that joke. Okay. Here's the Fiji project file. So first off, I want to talk about some music theory stuff because there's some music theory stuff going on that I want to explain. So the idea with the drop. The idea with the drop was to have the sub. So going in like a G. So this is in G sharp minor, going in the G sharp minor scale, and numbering the scale degrees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wanted to have the sub hit on the sixth, like for like a majority of the drop, which is this note, like that chord. So I wanted that six to hit on like a powerful like a good pitch for a sub. So it's on E, which is why it's in such a high key. Like usually you'd make songs around like D to like F minor, right? But this one is G sharp minor, so it's like super high up. But yeah, the sixth scale degree hits on E, which makes for like a really powerful sub. And same with this note is like C sharp, that's gonna hit well on like speakers or just like any headphone system, right? So that was kind of the idea of the track, and it ended up just turning into this like really like emotional sounding like melodic song. And also like I wanted to make this as catchy as possible. So what I did was, like, you'll notice in this MIDI, like the notes stay pretty static. Like this D sharp is hit like most of the time, which helps a lot with making it sound making it as catchy as possible. We have these chords playing. Pretty basic. I probably, like, the only, like, interesting thing about it is that, like, these are, like, pretty, not very filled out compared with this. I don't really know why I did that. I think I, like, wanted to have, like, the top line and like, a bass line, but then it just ended up sounding well as, like, a chord progression, so I just went with that. Yeah, yo, C sharp minor is fucking banging because it just, the nature of the key being so low means that so hold on, if you take a sine wave, right? And you, let's put this, down 2 octaves on C sharp. So, the thing about this is, when you distort it, let's not actually distort it. Let's just do this, right? The thing is, the space between the, like, wavelengths, right, is a lot shorter than if you were to pitch it up. So let's put it in, so we're in C sharp, or C sharp right now, right? If we put this up to, say, F, which is not a very gritty key, so C sharp, D sharp, E, F, the space gets reduced quite a lot between C sharp and F, meaning, so if we go back to C sharp, right, this has a lot more space between waves than this does, meaning you're going to hear a lot more of the individual textures, and you're leaving a lot more room for gritty sounds to happen. That's why, like, lower keys are better for gritty sounds. Have you ever performed your songs live on stage? I myself have not, like, in the flesh, but I have had my tunes DJ'd, which is the coolest shit ever. Over top of this, we have this, like, sustain. I wanted to add a sustain, but I didn't know how to do it, and so I was like, what if I make a melodic sustain? And so I just took, like, a saw wave kind of thing. Added some vibrato. And it works, you know, it's the coolest shit ever. I'm very happy with that little detail, because it's just, like, I don't know if I've ever heard it done before, so I was like, pretty stoked to think of that. It kind of does some various notes, and then the sustain harmonizes with itself. We get some more layers. Yeah, that's pretty much the drop. There's not really, like, anything, like, interesting sound design wise going on, I feel like. We Just it's pretty basic. Some weird like I mean this has some weird like corpus type shit on it, I think, or one of these two has it. Corpus. Yeah, this has a corpus on it for some reason. I don't know why. Very cool, very awesome, but there's no wheel up signal. Yeah, I gotta just delete the EP now. So now that you've mentioned that, I'm pretty happy with this sub actually. I think it kind of hits the spot where I wanted it to, and I'm very happy about that. I don't know if there's anything special I did to this. Okay, yeah, I did. So I went into the wavetable editor, which you can go to here with the little pencil icon, and then I like did like added like these two harmonics like very subtly, and that like that in combination with like saturating it a bit to boost like the harmonics just a little bit. Or I think I did that to get it loud. I don't know, either one. Created a very nice sub, and then like I added this super gritty layer on top of it. Precisely what I was looking for. And then there's this, which I've used in a lot of my songs. Just to add that crunch. How do you master your tracks? Just a soft clipper. And then I guess a utility for like the build up. To like lower the volume and make it less wide so that it hits harder when the drop comes. But yeah, nothing on the master except the soft clipper. I wouldn't recommend mastering. Don't do it. Just learn how to mix well, and then like you don't have to master at all. Yeah. That is a drop pretty much. Onto the intro. I really like this piano. Use isotope maximizer though, because saturator soft clipping is broken. I couldn't be bothered, man. I'm sure it's better, but too lazy for that. This plays a different chord progression than the drop. It goes from the 6 to the 1, and then the major root, and then you have this. But glue compressor makes things go. Okay, glue compressor is an exception. Glue compressor is fucking goated. The G in glue compressor stands for goated. So, like, don't worry about that. We've got a few pads going on. Get this, like some desert wind. Because you know we're in a desert, Fiji, right? It's a desert. It's not a desert. In case you don't know, it's like a beach island like type nation. Fucking thunder, rain ambience. Why not? Another country rhythm reference. I didn't realize that I had 2 country rhythm references in this EP. Because yeah, you've got the squid technology one, and then the this right here. Is there a way I can watch Naughty Step reacting to your EP? I'm trying to figure that out myself. I think he said he has a Patreon where he uploads this stuff. I don't know if he uploaded it there yet, but I'm getting in touch with him to so I can watch it as well. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's this little lead thing, which is like purposefully. I forgot I used to use this. It's the fucking radio rack. I haven't used that in fucking a long time. Yeah, it has a shit knob, which makes it sound shittier. Which is at 75. This is just a sine wave with a fucking thing on it, and then some distortion to make it a square wave. I purposefully turned the attack and release all the way down so you get these clicks at the start and end. Because it kind of reminds me of like a phone, like if you're like the doo doo doo, right, like the hang up sound. Yeah, I really wanted to emulate that kind of feeling of it, like kind of like calling back home or some shit. This melody is actually supposed to like imitate the drop. So you've got like da 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 da, right? Kind of similar. To prepare you for the drop, sort of. Doesn't really do that, but you know. Little chord stack. I don't know why there's 2 instances of this, but there is. We have the glorious riser. Albeit very subtle, it's there. We've got the classic 3 risers. We're good, we're good. Fiji's all good. Few extra risers. And then this little like pluck thing that I use this in like a lot of my songs still today. Like a little like ambient thing. Of course the producer tag. Can't forget the producer tag. That's very important. Little top fill, and then we're in the drop. As for the drums, apparently I layered a lot of claps on this one. Which is this, and that. With a kick that's kinda clipping it, not really. Of course the 3 classic crash loops, can't forget about those. Little crash. Excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the second drop is pretty much fucking just copy paste, so minus the fake out in the middle. Just kind of goes straight into it. Yeah, this is a pretty fucking straightforward song, so there's not a whole lot to cover here, except that like music theory, the main idea of being the music theory thing. But yeah, yeah, that is pretty much Fiji. If you have any questions, please, I'd love to hear your questions. Drop them in the chat. I'd love to cover more about this song if you have any questions about it. Classic Nestor burp. Yes! Yes, indeed. Fiji's busting, I must say. I'm glad you think so. There's also the Fiji water, which is busting. Unless you're referring to that. Then, fair enough. Sounds like a grocery store chime. Are we talking about the fucking the little like a lead line with a release all the way down? Because if so, I could see the resemblance. I suppose we do have time. Yeah, we have quite a lot of time left. We could just we could break down Traction VIP more in depth, because I did that TikTok about it, but that didn't really like cover anything. It was just like more for entertainment than actual education. I get vibes of Home in the start, like the producer, or like Murata Home. There's a lot of homes. No, the singular piano notes with that are apparently doubled. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. That makes sense. I agree. That does sound like a grocery store chime. The producer Home from Resonance track. Oh, okay. I'm not too familiar with their music. I just know Resonance. How much on a scale from 10 to extraordinary did you find my Tractor VIP techno remix clip? Dude, that shit was fucking banging. That shit was banging. Truly a marvel of the world. Gets me really amped up. You know. If you know, you know. I would love to see more on Traction. Well, your wish shall be granted in a moment. 1. Nothing wrong with me. 2. Nothing wrong with me. 3. That's a banger. Hydration check, fellas. Let the bodies, yeah, let the bodies hit the floor. Someone should make a flip of that. That would go insanely hard, dude. On God. I suppose I should open. I just opened it yesterday, actually. Traction VIP. Here we go. What a fucking, like, that's such a signature song of like the early YouTube days. What a great fucking song that is. What a vibe this song is. More of a Linkin Park man myself. You know what? Fair and based. Fair and based. I know they are a quality band. When the free GTA San Andreas money cheat tutorial hits differently. So true. So true. Still loading. That along with the was it Soundscape 002 like trance song, the fucking good shit. Ah, there it is. It's loaded. Okay. Oh, it's hold on, it's still loading. I feel like Traction VIP is quite melodic in itself. Yeah, I would say it's like a melodic-esque tune. NCS type beat, so true. What was your mentality when you layer? I typically do that to like add frequencies, so I wouldn't really layer anything unless it's like already missing something. So like I'll typically layer for like texture, or like if something say is missing like low mids, then I'll add like a low mid bass like that fills up the low mids well. Let's get into it. So you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it. We start with this this thing. The way I made this VIP, by the way, is I stemmed out the original like traction, like that. I didn't really use. I don't think I really used the actual like bass, the sustain too much. But it says it's fucking. Is the stream dying or something? Let me know if the stream quality is fucking dying because YouTube is alerting me. Yeah, I started by stemming this out, and then I compressed the fuck out of this. I did like the frequency shifter trick where you put it on 50%. And then like shift it down, and then it creates that weird like washed effect. A little tape stop, of course. A reverb rack for reverb throws, and then the mids were a bit loud, so I turned it down and stuff. I wanted to save the bass for like the actual drop part, because I just wanted to feel like, you know, like the snare hits and then like everything is like holy fuck, you know, you get smacked in the face with bass. So I kind of like I let that first hit kind of have some bass, but the rest is just cut off pretty much entirely. And then this you know fucking massive sustain hits. Now this sustain is a fucking mess organization-wise, so you're gonna have to bear with me, right? We have the sub, which already it sounds kind of wacky, but you know, just there's some weird like overtones. We have this layer on top. I was gonna add a melody on top of this, like this, but that never happened. I suppose I did use this sustain a little bit, but okay. So here's where it gets fucking messy, because this is a huge group, as you can see, of like a shit ton of layers. So we'll just start from the top, and we'll kind of work our way through things that were like later compressed by groups in groups. Bear with me. So yeah, we have the main bass, a little crunchy layer that I use this in like fucking both Squid Tech and in Fiji. I don't know if I used that. I did use that. Okay, so this is a group. This first group in the group, where we basically I took this export, and I felt it wasn't stereo enough, so what I did is I like grouped it, and I panned one hard left, one hard right, and then like I moved this left, like one of these like further forward than the other, which creates a much wider stereo field. And then we have this group, which it's gonna get messy. So again, bear with me. We have another sub, which it's not actually like another sub. It's just this sub duplicated and used for like distorting with other sounds. Like that's why it's here. It's to distort it with other sounds. And then we have, so I'll get to how I distorted it later. Let me first go over all the layers. We have this, a goofy choir. Then we have a few layers here. I don't really know how I made this, to be honest. I suppose it's, so it's just a here, I'll keep that open. It's like a sine wave with a fifth, or a fifth 2 octaves up. So it creates that like thing. Why does it sound muffled? Is the stream audio bad or something? Oh shit, that's, hold on, that could be a very real possibility here. Why does it sound, oh no, we're good. So yeah, then I cut out the, I soft clipped it and then cut out the low end, but this is just like a basic over-processed like thing. Then we have this. Just a nice and 8-tonal layer. I don't really remember how I made this. Let's find out. It's a fucking sine wave. Oh, right, okay. So it's a sine wave and I'm switching between tones really quickly, so it's like... Yeah, it's kind of a technique I'll use sometimes. It's like I'll put the rate as high as it goes and then like put it on like the chorus knob or the semitone knob, and then you get like some interesting tones sometimes. So use that, and then like a bunch of erosion, fat racks, saturating stuff, a reverb to push to the background a bit. Otherwise it's like too in your face. And then I gated it to... Okay, I gated it to some other bass to get it to like hover better. So is that. And then a OG Traction reference, like second drop reference. This is the classic passive aggressive bass. Oh, when you first announced Traction VIP, it sounded a bit muffled. Oh, if you're talking about the what was it, 2K ID Showcase? Was it 2K ID Showcase? No, the 3K ID Showcase one. That was just an older version, so it was muffled, yeah. Yeah, okay, so now let's get to how I group distorted this. So we have this one isn't too bad, but it's basically just, you know, kind of compressed or like saturated and then soft clipped. I don't know what this does. I guess there was some transients or something. And then cutting out the low end. Then there's there's that group. We already covered that. Actually, did we? Okay, this is just soft clipping it and cutting out the lows. Now here's the fun part, right? Because it goes from like all those individual layers to having like a huge amount of processing on them. So the first thing is it's saturated the shit because the idea was to have the sub clip. But like in a group, so it's not like the actual sub, it's just like it'll be cut out later, but it'll like add a nice texture to it, but because it's like being distorted. So I distorted the crap out of it first and then fat racked it to get it even more like crunchy and distorted and compressed. Cut out some mids. Then I added a high-end stereo rack, which just adds some like nice stereo field. And then as you can see, I cut out the sub. And then lastly, we have that just being kind of grouped, and then cutting at the low mids. There was a lot of low end stereo apparently, so I had to get rid of that. And yeah, some like very minor EQing, just getting the mids to stand out a bit more. And yeah. Yeah, that's that. all those layers were basically just to get it to sound as noisy as possible, because I definitely wanted it to feel like really huge, and the more layers you add, the more huge it'll typically sound, as long as you like don't like make it messy. So yeah, that was kind of the thought process behind how I layered that. And then it goes to a B major chord, I believe, which is like just makes it sound like nice and mysterious, which is always fun. But yeah, I just adjusted everything accordingly. Yeah, pretty straightforward from there. Yeah, the drums. This is I feel like this might be the biggest project file that I've ever made. Possibly, like it might that either that or the Eliminate remix or the Toronto's Broken remix. Those were like fucking huge project files. It's just that's a snare. It's, you know. Drum fills, yes. I saw someone said something about that. These drum fills are from a Dyadic sample pack. I think it's on a SoundCloud still. They're like free to grab and they're really good. Yeah, I just spammed the shit out of them. And then I like OTT'd the absolute daylights out of them. Yeah. Of course, the producer tag, can't forget that. And then we have a pitched mapped car. Like, I just spit on my mic. That's really gross. I have a pitch mapped car. I don't know if anyone ever caught onto that, but it's a pitch mapped car. So yeah, there's that. That's fun. And then we go into like the fucking like 2014 Monster Cat like section, which I'm really happy with this. I think the reason it sounds like 2014 Monster Cat, I seriously did not catch that. Okay, I got you. So perhaps it was too subtle. I should make it more obvious next time. The reason why this sounds kind of like throwback-esque in my mind is because the key is F sharp minor, and like typically music these days is made between like keys of like, I don't know, like D sharp. Like D sharp is, I feel like, the most common key, but it's like a lot lower than it used to be. I think typically keys used to be around like anywhere from like G to F. And so this song being an F sharp minor, it like has that like throwback vibe to it, I think. And now I really lean into that with the like the triplet bass and like the chord stuff and all that. And you know, just the classic minor key vibes. You know how it goes. What makes it sound nostalgic is that gated chord, in my opinion. This? I do suppose that has kind of a vibe to it. Yeah, and then that just kind of goes on, progresses a little bit. We have, what is this? Strings. We have some pads as well. Triplet gated chord, gotcha. Yeah, I think the triplets really sell it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we go back into the midsection where we have a fucking truck honk solo. But we'll get into that later. We'll get into the intros and midsections and whatnot in a minute. We have drop 2, which is I feel like this is the most like fucking I feel like this is the most positive response I've ever gotten on a drop, which is really awesome. It's also my most sound designy drop of all time, so there's that. And every time I load up this fucking project, it does this with the sub, which is really annoying. I gotta pitch this down every time. So okay, anyway, second drop. Yeah. First off, I want to comment on this because I made a I put out a clip a while back of what was Traction VIP, but it was still work in progress. And I was talking about the fucking OTT tail that is left behind. It's so fucking foul. that was a pain in the ass to work with because it was so annoying. But this is kind of the same story as the first drop because it's a fucking mess with how many layers there are. That are all just being compressed and distorted together. This more than anything. So let's start from the bottom, right? First, keep in mind this all the layers that I'm about to show you have like this huge effect chain on them, so they're gonna sound kind of weird, or like already compressed, but that's not really what they sound like. We just have the basic sub, which should sound like this, kind of similar. We have this. What is this? Oh, this we're not using that. We have this. Now this is the trick to getting that like bim, 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 bim thing. The classic like distorted sound is you get like a layer. Where is it? Is this one? Which is and you distort it with a sub. With a sub. Which basically is like you're basically making the sub distort so hard that it overtakes the volume of the here I can better it's better if I show you this, right? So how can I show you this? I have an EQ anywhere. Okay. So this I think this is the peak right here. So look on my mouse, on my cursor, like, or I think it's this. Let's see. Right, this peak, right? The sub is distorting so hard that it distorts the sub over the peak that you just saw. So whenever the sub kind of hovers, the like you just get like a kind of interchanging sound. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically if you distort a sub with one specific peak, you get this sound where you get like the dun, 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 cool distorting artifacts. There's really not a whole lot to go over. It's like it's kind of complicated to explain. It's just a whole lot of like distorting the crap out of everything and trying to make it sound as like different from just the basic form of what it is as possible. So like let's say this is just two sine waves. Like I'm trying to distort it as much as possible to get it away from that sound as possible. Which is kind of how I do my sound design process. I just try to get it to not sound like one specific sound. Which is kind of the way I try to make this. But yeah, just if you can have like just a lot of methods of distorting low end with like mid frequencies, then you get this type of distortion going on. Yeah. The overtones get louder than the original. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like the overtones, that's like whenever that's louder than the sub, then it'll distort that over the sub, which creates this kind of sound. So if you have like if you look at my fucking fingers, and this is the dun dun dun, and this is the sub. As soon as this the dun 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 goes higher than the sub, this will distort. But if you do like this, then this will distort, and you won't hear this one as much, right? Does that kind of make sense? The fundamental of the sub is taking over the overtone of the main synth through distortion. There you go. Thank you. Perfect. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah, and then we go into this fucking part, and you know, it's just some note variations, pretty basic. Let's talk about the snare real quick, because people have commented about this a few times. This is just, it's a chime snare with a little bit of like a high end thing from like a snap. That's it. It's just a chime rim shot. And then we hit this part, which that's probably one of my like favorite snares in one of my releases so far. It's pretty hype. It's just a snare I made at some point. Over this whole thing, by the way, we have this like little sine wave thing playing. Just so like it's like you come here, like you arrive at this drop, right? And then you're expecting just like this like anti-drop. But then you hit him with the fucking ambience, and then it's like, oh my god, you know. It just drives the point home of like drives the point home of how you know, I'm just I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. So I just decided to try it out, like adding some ambience, and it paid off. So here as well, and then it just kind of keeps going. What is this? Wow, that is just, you just don't even hear that. A whole lot of this stuff you don't hear, but yeah. That's kind of what makes it like an interesting sound, is there's a lot of like tiny details that morph the sound in just small ways that helps give an interesting sound. So yeah. That's kind of it. I wish I could explain better how this like fucking like bass is formed, but it's like it's just so freaking complicated that it's kind of hard. But yeah. Yeah, that's there's that. Let's move on to like the intros and stuff. Let's talk about the fucking car honks. So the car honks. I remember hearing a car honk at some point, and I was like, that has a major key, or like it's like a major triad, or a major. What do you call that? Ah, shit! It's just a harmony, right? Like, duh. You've got the duh, but then you also have the duh. You kind of hear that? It's just a major chord, right? So just pitched around. I heard that one time, like just way back, and I was trying to think of what to do for this intro, and then I was like, I somehow like I was trying to think of like how can I make this car themed, and then I thought of that, and then I was like, oh shit, I should just like toss it in and see if it works, and it worked. So it definitely sounds, yes, I agree. And I pitched them down to match the key. And then a semi-truck. We have these little plucks. I don't really know what this is. It's a resonated thing, apparently. Excuse me. We have a little pizzicato orchestra. With some street ambience. Some pads that are kind of building up. These are pretty fucking loud. And then I tried to recreate the like original Traction lead, because I was too lazy to go into the actual project, their original Traction project, and rip it from there. So I just recreated it from the fucking tutorial I uploaded about it. We have this, the whole time we have this Reese that's kind of building up, by the way. I tried to kind of like recreate the Traction build, the OG Traction build, which like in turn it like accidentally made it like different from the original in like small ways, which is great, because then, you know, variations. VIP, right? It's a VIP for a reason. I really wanted this part to feel like a minor chord, and not a major chord, so I like added stuff like this. I have some throat singing, which I put in my original Traction as well. Same with this. I have this vacuum thing, which is, it's like a riser, but I got that from I think it was Kuatari like years ago. Pretty subtle, but it's there. What's this? Right, impacts and like risers and stuff. This has the classic 4 risers, so, you know, beautiful. This thing This is a this is just an export of the, I think that's just the whole entire fucking Traction VIP drop. Let's see. Yeah, but it's reversed. And so like basically how you do this is you toss it in, you toss an entire export of your drop into a sampler. And then you click reverse on, then you put the sustain mode to this one, and then you go into MIDI, and then you turn the range all the way up, and then you just go in here, go to this little tab, and then you just mess with, you go to MIDI control and then pitch bend, and you just mess with this. And then you get a cool little like DJ spin back like thing. So yeah, there's that. Midsection. Or let's start here. Let's talk about the truck solo, because this was, I think I was in a call with Corva and while I made this. I don't know if it was Corva's idea or if it was my idea, but it was someone's idea, right? And like I don't know, I just made a truck solo. Nice and goofy. It's in the background, so it's not as like just obnoxious. Corva's goated. I agree. Corva is goated. And then we go into the Illuminati confirmed breakdown. That's what I like to call it. So these, first off, these drums are from the original Traction. So if you want to like learn how I made those, just visit my Traction breakdown video. So I mean, it's just a lot of like just elements stolen from like the intros and stuff. Namely this. And then I get the whistle from Banjo-Tooie, which is why I call it the Illuminati confirmed breakdown. We have the same like city ambience. Let's see. A little marimba. It's worth noting that the music theory behind this is like it goes from like a just F sharp minor. It's just F sharp minor to this is now suddenly F sharp major. Which I don't really know the technical term behind like what this is. But it's some kind of like musical mode that I don't fucking know what it's called. But it gives that mysterious vibe to it, which I like. Let's see, we have this, which has that consistent overtone because of the resonator. A little church organ from Banjo-Kazooie. Reese. I don't think there's any sidechain happening, which is kind of interesting. At least, yeah, no, there wouldn't be any sidechain. So yeah, there's that. That's pretty cool. And that just kind of develops, goes octaves up, and everything just kind of opens up a bit. There you go. And then you're back into the second drop. And that is pretty much Traction VIP. Any questions? Because I'd be happy to answer them. Yeah. Let me know. The lo-fi back on. Man's like Mick Gordon and his musical lawnmower. Does Mick Gordon have a musical lawnmower? Because that sounds fucking awesome. In regards to your reverb, are you using sends or inserts? Inserts. I wouldn't use sends. Or I don't use sends. I have a question. Why did my wife leave me? Ganymede, aren't you like 17? How old are you? I don't think you're old enough to get married, dog. I doubt you have a wife, but you know what? If you do, then I don't know. Maybe you were too young. Holy fuck! I'm sorry. That was out of pocket. I'm sorry. You're 20, bro? What the fuck? This is when are you 20? Dog, I thought you were like 17 or something. I could have sworn you were like 17 years old, dude. I feel like I remember you saying that's crazy. What a misestimation. I estimated incorrectly, Mr. Ganymede. I would like to apologize. I do look 17. I've never even seen your face. I just thought you said it at some point. That's crazy. Maybe you just said 19 and I got the number 9 and 7 mixed up. Because, like, I mean, you last year you were 19, so. Anyway, that was fucking. I probably said I was 19 at some point last year. Yeah, and well, there you go. Apologies for the fucking misestimation. Anyway, that would be all from Dive EP. Yeah, I was way too fucking lazy to record like actual video tutorials. More just burnt out. I think. I think I need novelty in my life. You know, like new shit all the time. And like if I make the same like video like over and over again, it's kind of boring for me. So, you know, I think that led to some burnout, which is why I didn't make like full like videos like I did with Turbulence. I can like it's like one thing. Oh, this is kind of off topic, but it's like one thing to just make like one video when I'm like feeling it. But if I start making them consistently, then I immediately like don't like it anymore, you know? Or like I get like bored of it very quickly. Especially since like considering how many videos I've made. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, a lot of videos lately, that's why. Do I have anything else to go off? I broke down Squid Tech, Fiji, and Traction VIP, and I already have a Turbulence breakdown, so. Lick. So true. So true. Well, I believe we're at a good time slot to end off the stream. So I'm gonna do that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for your questions. And thank you for watching. How many songs don't have the riser? I don't know. Definitely a majority do have the riser, so it's kind of like maybe like 5. It's usually my older songs that don't have them. Of your entire discography. Ooh. Let me see. Let me pull up Spotify. Well, Squid Tech we found out. Fiji has them. I don't. Wait, did Fiji? Squid Tech definitely didn't have them. Traction VIP had them. Fiji had them in small amounts. Turbulence. I don't think Turbulence had them. We Are Remix. Did I have that? Yeah, it had that. Kelp Forest had it, I think. Closure had it. Tear It Up Remix had it. Hailzone had it. I don't know. I think there's only like it's only the older ones like Passive Aggressive, like Robert Barron. Half of you probably might not even know that, but I think up to like Figment VIP is kind of where I started like using it. So maybe about to be copyright strike with his own tunes. It's so true. Yeah. I'm excited for the fucking future. I've got some like really exciting releases planned, and I'm like, I can't wait for you guys to hear them. I've got a lot of music like lined up, which is like very, very exciting. So yeah, I'm like very, very hyped to. Is background music yours? No, this is a lo-fi playlist for like streams and like non-DMCA. It's Stream Beats official playlist by Stream Beats by Harris Heller. So if you ever want to have free lo-fi stream music, there you go. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I have a lot of music lined up because I just have too much unreleased music, you know. So I'm excited to put it out. And it'll be a while before, like, some stuff is just probably never gonna see the light of day, which is unfortunate, but you know. I could always post stuff on my second SoundCloud account, so. Anyway, I'm gonna log off for the day. I'm fucking hungry. And thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for asking your questions. And I will see you probably next week. So, peace out and have a good one.